Howdy YouTube, and welcome to this episode of the Gunman. So today we've got another spray gun review, and that's on the latest from DeVilbiss. So the gun itself is just another GTI Pro Lite, and yeah, they've basically just rehashed an old design from quite a long time ago now. They did a Spralien edition a long time ago, and this one's called the Spralien Reborn. So look, I personally never thought too much of the Spralien edition. I always thought it was a bit kind of corny, you know, like spray alien. I don't know. I guess that's sort of subjective, and there's maybe loads of people out there who love their Spraliens, and maybe it was one of their favorite guns. Maybe it was their first gun ever or something like that, and they've got a bit of nostalgia for it. So let us know your stories in the comments if you do think it's a good design or a cool gun, or if you've got any, you know, fond memories of the initial Spralien. But as you can see there, that's the standard Pro Lite. And just for sort of, you know, a bit of a look at something different, I reckon this one looks a fair bit better, you know. And then another one here, you've got the so first up, that was the ANI, and then you've got the SATA X5500. So that's just for a bit of contrast on what some of the other gun manufacturers are bringing out these days compared to this one. Look, and this comes from a place of love, not a place of hate. You know, I think we should be able to criticize even the things that we love. But I think some of the latest DeVilbiss limited editions have been uninspired. Like, you're rehashing a design from, 10 years ago, and, you know, it's just, as I say, it comes across to me a little bit uninspired. But again, that's just my opinion. So, you know, no offense to DeVilbiss. I'm actually quite well known for being a big DeVilbiss fan, but the gun itself you may have missed at the very start when I was unboxing, but it does come with the two air caps. So it comes with the one fluid tip, it comes with the 1.3, but it comes with a TE10 and a TE20, so that's a little bit of value being added to it. So, you know, it's one of those things, you might not specifically buy this gun because it's such an awesome looking limited edition. You might just need a spray gun and be like, you know what, I'll get that because it's handy to have the two air caps on it. So yeah, I don't know, like when you've got those things like the SATA Future Edition, you've got the ANI Skull, and yeah, I don't know exactly what Iwata are doing at the moment. I think they're kind of in between specials at the moment too. They're probably focusing on the release of the Supernova 2, which is actually yet to be released here in Australia, and they don't want that gun crossing borders from their distributors. So that's actually why I haven't done a review. I haven't got one of them yet, because yeah, they're not meant to be in Australia. There may be some people that have them here, but I'm yet to get my hands on one. I heard that they're coming later this year, but with my criticism on the DeVilbiss with their limited editions, they used to have the best. I swear, it was like 2017, 18, 19, that kind of an era. They were just knocking it out of the park. They had the Vigilante, probably one of the best looking spray guns, limited editions ever made. They had the Nebula, and they were really killing it. But it's probably a long story that I don't even know if they want me to be repeating it or I'm allowed to repeat it. But something happened, and they can't do the wraps that they used to be able to do. So yeah, it would be good to see them back at the top of their game with the limited editions again. But all of that aside, on this job here, this is obviously a BMW which I'm painting, this black one. So I use the TE20 on this one because I've found that it sort of replicates the European finishes a little bit better. But if you hang around for a couple of minutes, the second job we're going to be painting is a Mustang, a Ford Mustang. And I popped the TE10 air cap, and I found that got that sort of like flatter finish, like the more sort of, you know, American style finish. So let us know if you can notice the difference. I can notice the difference. I've actually also recently upgraded my video camera, so I'm on the GoPro 11 now, upgraded from the 10, and I can notice a bit of improvement in the video quality. So yeah, I'm recording everything at a higher resolution, so everything's now shot in 4K at 50 frames per second for all you nerds out there that want to know. And yeah, I can notice a bit of an improvement. So as you can see here, we're doing the Mustang now, just a little bit of base coat application. And again, as I said, I've switched it over to the TE10. Now this would actually be my go-to setup for the Pro Lite. So I would be TE10 1.3 for standard blue base coat applications. So yeah, that's not just for the sake of this video and you know, demo. So yeah, this would actually be my preferred setup for the standard blue base coat. But anyway, onto the clear coat, and as I say, we're going to be leaving that same setup on. And again, I've actually been favoring the TE10 for clear coat as well these days. And like I say before, like if I'm doing like a more European, like with that chunky finish, I will throw the TE20 on, because I found it just sort of throws a bit more material out. And also now that I'm back in Melbourne, I mean, it's starting to warm up a little bit, but throughout winter, I've actually found the TE10 just gets that little bit finer atomization and a little bit less material on the panel. So the last thing that you want to do when it's too cold is go and overload the material, and then you're going to go and get runs. So yeah, you do have to be careful with the TE20, because it does throw out a lot of air, and obviously behind the air is the paint. So yeah, you may notice that I had the air pressure actually cranked up a little bit on this first coat. So what I've found, the main thing that actually will dictate the finish is the first coat. So like that first coat kind of sets up the peel for the second coat. So I actually cranked that pressure up. I think it was about 35 psi for the first coat. Then I did drop it back down to about 30 psi, which is about 2 bar. For the second coat, just to get a nice wet finish on it. But yeah, that's one thing that I've actually always thought that DeVilbiss have over Sada. And I know like Sada has this kind of a little bit of an elitist attitude, like some of the sprayers can anyway. Like they think that they're kind of a little bit better than you because, you know, they have their Sada and they spend like, you know, $1,500 on their spray gun. And I've always actually seen, in part, they're actually a little bit behind the likes of DeVilbiss, because they don't have the amount of air cap options. So like I was saying before, I can just go TE20, bang, you saw me paint that BMW, and that looks like what a BMW should look like. And then you go, this job here, swap out the air cap, TE10, and we're able to nail that orange peel that you get off the Mustangs. So to me, that's always been a strong point, an option that you don't really have with Sada. I mean, you got your RP and your HVLP, but you're kind of limited. You don't actually have that high atomization like you do out of the TE10 and the T110 air caps. And I mean, as far as I'm concerned, you would rather have the option rather than not having the option. I'm not saying that you can't get these kind of finishes out of the RP, because you definitely can, but it's like you have to work a little bit more for it, you know, like you'll have to crank that pressure up and maybe hold the gun a little bit closer. But anyway, I hope you guys have enjoyed watching this video. It kind of feels like vintage Gunman, back doing the old spray gun reviews. I'm actually having a night off working on my Tirana tonight. That's why I thought I would throw a review together for you guys. So sorry that I didn't upload anything in about 2 weeks, but yeah, it's just because I've been so busy out there working on my Tirana. And after making this video, I might even have tomorrow night off and get a couple of videos up for you guys on the Tirana. So be sure to stick around for that. If you did enjoy watching the video, be sure to leave a like, a thumbs up. And if you are interested in buying this gun, as always, there will be a link in the description of where you can buy one. Again, thank you to Spray Guns Direct, who did send the gun out for purpose of review. And be sure to go and check out the link in the description. There is some Gunman merch, including the awesome Gunman spray suits and loads of other stuff. Be sure to get in and get some Gunman merch. Until next time, get out there and paint some shit. Gunman out. I'd like to say a big thanks to everyone for watching, and if you'd like to support the channel further, you're more than welcome to go over and check out some of the merchandise we've got. My personal favourite is those spray suits, so they're a good quality Colad branded spray suit with a Gunman logo on it. There's also hats, drink coolers, hoodies and t-shirts, so be sure to go over and check out the link in the description if you are interested.